Kelly Taylor, and I am here today because I've had multiple requests. An explanation of an incident that happened at the Rockford Chamber of Commerce at an event, a holistic fair that was held over there. It was a terrible event. No money was made. There was no interaction from the community. I made, as a business owner myself, made the decision that I was not going to attend the next event that was going to be held in July at that same venue because I couldn't afford to lose that money again. I approached Nicole. At first she was very pleasant. I asked her if it was possible for me to cancel my spot at the event and get a refund. She was like, yeah, I can do that, but we don't keep money here. I'm going to have to write you a check. Great, not a problem. I said, I don't think that my address is on that form that I filled out. She handed me the form. I was writing my address on the form, and I just told her, you know, I just can't afford to lose this amount of money again. At that point, she got very upset, very angry with me, started yelling at me, says, how do you figure you lost this money? You only paid $40 for the space. I had to explain to her like how business works, why I lost about $350 that day. She's like, this is the first event, and this the one in July will be different. It'll be just like the one that was held in Lahana. At that point, I explained to her that the one in Lahana was very successful because it followed the 4th of July parade. Then she lost it, completely lost it. Started screaming at me, yelling at me, telling me how I'm not supporting Rocky Ford. If I can't support Rocky Ford, to never come back, that Lahana, I think that Lahana is better than Rocky Ford. The badgering just continued, like it was insane. I was completely in shock. I asked Nicole to stop yelling because I looked back behind her and her daughter, who was originally playing, was cowering in her chair, and I was like, I'm done. So I walked out. As I'm walking out, she's telling me, screaming at me, don't ever come back to Rocky Ford. Whatever. This is the day that we had a torrential downpour in Rocky Ford. It wasn't very long after that storm came through. It was just like crazy rain. Told my mom helps me with these events. I said, you know, nobody's gonna come out now. Like, we're done. Like, let's just start packing up. All the other vendors, pretty much, they had packed up their stuff as well. If you've never seen my booth, I have anywhere between 5 to 6 tables and I take 2 spaces. It takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to tear down, pack everything up, get it in my vehicle. So it takes me a little bit of time. Started packing things up, trying to get things at least together. Okay, so when I come back in there, when I started packing up the stuff, Nicole come barreling into the building at 2 other occasions, screaming, yelling at me, telling me that I told her that I was canceling my event because Lahana was better than Rocky Ford. At that point, I never raised my voice. I was never screaming at her. I was never disrespectful to her. I was never insulting to her. I just told her, don't put words in my mouth. Those were not the words that I said. Well, that's the way I took it, she said, and I was like, that's fine. That's between you and you, not my problem. And then she turns around and looks at me and says, well, you just think you're hot shit. To which point I just finished packing my stuff. I left. Badgering continued beyond this event. I had it on Facebook. I had to deal with people on Facebook. I had to deal with people at other events. I've been in this community all my life, and I've done economic development. My reputation was way beyond the slander that was put out there, and I'm thankful for that. But this is very disrespectful. It's not good for your community. Your community and your council and your chamber is only as good as its weakest link. And right now, I think that the council needs to think about what this is representing for you. It was crazy. I do have a letter that I had wrote to Stacy. This letter has made its way through multiple different places, but I'm happy to share that with anybody. if you'd like to have the rest of this story, because obviously I can't get it all out in the allotted 3 minutes time. But thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Do we have any others for public comment?
I really can't speak. This is the first time I've seen Nicole face to face without her.
Can you state your name, please?
My name is Jessica Hernandez. I was assaulted by this woman. Very recently at my daughter's quinceañera, she almost ruined the whole night. She traumatized my daughter. She went running at my mother. She actually called my mom a fucking bitch after she had already attacked me. Choked me, had me choked against the wall, holding me up by choking me, by the way. People pulled us all apart. I had no idea who she was at that time. I guess she was acting security guard. I'm very nervous, sorry. But she was acting security guard, I guess, but she had no identification. I thought I was breaking up an altercation that was happening outside at the Gobens building. But she did not look like any type of professional person for sure. I thought she was attacking people at my party, honestly. So that's the kind of person that she is. I don't know what else to say. Still an ongoing court case, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name's Holly Montoya, and after hearing these statements from these people, I think Nicole Roberts should step down. She's an embarrassment to our community and the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Any others for public comment? Okay.
My name is Cassie Hardman. Excuse me. My name is Cassie Hardman. I was there the night of the quinceañera that Jessica is talking about, and I just seen her trying to stop the situation because that's her job. She's the manager of that facility, so that's what she's supposed to do. When someone is acting up, drunk, belligerent, we're sober, they're drunk. We're supposed to do that. We're supposed to watch the building. That's all I have to say. She just was doing what she was supposed to. She did yell, I am the manager of this facility. I do say what goes on in this facility, and I need him to leave. So as far as her daughter was yelling at Nicole. It wasn't the other way around. Her dad even had to tell the girl to be quiet, that she was security. So it's not like nobody knew that she wasn't security because they were yelling that she was security. Yeah, I take it she did not have security shirt, but still, he knew because he's the one that paid for the place. So he knows who is security and who isn't.
Did you witness a physical altercation?
I seen the outside part where she was getting jumped by 3 different people. I seen that part, but I didn't see how it started. I didn't see she hit her, her hit her. I did not see that part, but I did see outside when I did start breaking people up. I did see that part, and she was holding her, but she was not hitting her. She was holding her down so she wouldn't get hit. Nicole had a bump about this big on her forehead, bruise on her eye, scratch on her face right here, and a scratch right here on her face. So she called the cops, her husband called the cops. That's what they were supposed to do as security guards there. So that's how the cops got called there, and that's how they came. She called them, and her husband called them, which is the other security guard.
Thank you.
My name is Cece
Montoya, and I was right beside Nicole when it all started. I seen the whole thing. Nicole did not attack her. She attacked Nicole because Nicole had this man against the wall that she was trying to escort out. But Nicole did not. She attacked Nicole, and when we broke him outside, she consistently wanted to keep going back at Nicole. But Nicole did not attack her at all. Because I was right beside Nicole when it all happened. And I was not drinking, but the ones that were attacking Nicole were all drunk.
Thank you.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
My
name is Kuko
For the
Reese.
record, I want to, are you here as a citizen or are you
Yes.
here as an employee
I'm
tonight?
here as a citizen.
Okay, thank you.
I'm always a citizen, even when I'm an employee. Just like you guys claim, you're citizens even though you're council.
Okay, your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay. So, can anybody else want to volunteer their 3 minutes for me?
You can have my 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So, it's not just about the Goldman night. I've been getting a lot of reports from people scared to come in here and talk because of retaliation from you and her. They're scared you guys are going to retaliate. So, what I want to say is, it's embarrassing when a city council member acts like they run this city. We have citizens that have been attacked verbally in the past. There's police reports. I'm sure we could pull them. It's unbecoming of a council member to act the way that she has been acting with people. She has attacked an older couple who can't be here tonight because they had surgery and they cannot come to the meeting tonight. Attacked an older couple because of a sidewalk. Requested that we go and make sure they have a permit because she didn't want them tearing up the sidewalk because her kid rides his bike on it. So we were called out to go look at this, which rightfully, they didn't have a permit. I told them to stop. And so that's when I heard what had happened that day with her and them. So that couple wants to come in. They filed a report. I have I have tons of confessions from people of the way they've been treated by her, not only at the Goldman, in public, and how she claims she runs this town because she's a city council member. That she can't be touched. I don't want this ticket. You can't give it to me. Was that your words that night? You know, and I'm asking, you don't have to comment back. I'm just saying, it's getting out of hand, and it's unbecoming of a council member. I've been told that you guys said that you cannot do nothing about it. You cannot remove her. It'd be better if she stepped down. Otherwise, there's going to be a recall that somebody's starting, and that recall is going to cost the city a lot of money. And I'm just laying that out now, that I don't feel like she should be sitting up here anymore. And that's my public comment on that.
Okay, thank you.
I have a John Denicola on Zoom that has his hand raised. So would you like me to ask him to unmute and speak?
We can.
Mr. Denicola? Maybe I muted. Hello?
You'll need to unmute him.
I did,
Oh.
or he did. Now, Mr. Denicola? He's not muted.
I gotta, Robert says, look out for our community. And I think that the people who came here tonight and spoke out about a fellow council person, I thank you all for coming and sharing. And I'm saddened, I'm ashamed of how we've acted as a council and allowed this to happen. Not only are your guys' experiences shared, we've seen it here live. A couple meetings ago, you know, we continually get told that we don't have the option to remove people from city council, and I did a little bit of homework, and Colorado Revised Statute 31-4-108, which, you know, we swear an oath to the Constitution of Colorado. This is our revised statutes. States any member of the city council may be expelled or removed from office for good cause shown by a vote of 2/3 of all the members elected to city council. Nicole, I believe that you have shown conduct unbecoming of an elected official, and I would hate to have to take this vote. I would ask that you do step down and you do allow somebody else to take your seat to serve our community in the manner that our citizens deserve. That's
Thank you.
No comment.
I'm going to start with what's going on at the Chamber of Commerce. We do have a lot of events going on in the next month. Coming up on Saturday, we have our annual Parade of Lights. That is the 9th year that we have done that. That was started by Peggy Meyer many years ago, and that continues to happen in the town of Rocky Ford. The Chamber will continue to do that. Following that, we have rallied with a fellow community member. Soraya Shiranlu has put herself out there and requested that the community donate Christmas lights so that we could have a tree lighting ceremony in downtown Rocky Ford. That was a successful campaign. Those lights were installed on the tree out in the front lawn of the Chamber of Commerce over the weekend by the fire department. Following that, we will have our annual community dinner. That will follow in the Gobin building. We will have chili. We will have local performances. We will have a bounce house, and we will have a photography booth. Santa will be there. He will ride in on the fire truck, light the tree, come inside for pictures, just like we've done in many years past. We will continue to do that. A couple other events that are taking place at the Gobin building this next month. On the 20th and 21st, there are 2 community events. One is hosted by ABR Royalties. The other is hosted by the Women's Business Collective. Those will both be sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce to host those at the Gobin building. There will be lots of opportunities for kids to see Santa at all 3 of those things, as well as the Chamber of Commerce is working with Dwayne and City Council to do Santa Mail. That starts next week, I believe, and that will start at Maya's Carne Sierra. No, we'll have that at the Parade of Lights. Then it'll go to Maya's, then it will go to Harris, and it will finish out at the food market. And then we'll have it again. We'll have it also at the event on the 21st. As far as what's going on in the chamber right now, that's it. I do have a statement here that I would like to read. My position as the chamber manager and city council Ward 1 are not connected in any way. The Chamber of Commerce is my job. It is how I pay my bills and how I support my family. I do not sit on the chamber board of directors. Just as this city council sets forth the expectations for the city manager, the chamber board does that for me, their manager. I manage the day-to-day, and I am tasked with enforcing the rules and expectations set forth by the board. This includes ensuring that renters and their guests follow the rules set forth in the contract. regarding the incident that took place on November 9th, 2024. I was requested by the security that was at the Govan building to come down and assist. The building was pretty full inside and in the hallways. At the end of the night, at the end of the party, there was an altercation that took place between two males in the bathroom hall, and I asked both of those parties to leave the premises. While walking them down the hallway, one of them pushed me. While handling that situation, another incident occurred. Myself and another female party, who has been here tonight and spoke, were both cited for disorderly conduct. This is the only citation that I have received for any actions, not even a traffic ticket, for several years. I at no time stated that my council position gave me any authority, as it does not. I am 1/7 of this board. I have no authority to do anything in this town. I do not own it. I do not run it. I do not feel that being on council makes me above the law or exempt from the rules. But it should also not prevent me from performing the duties of my job. I have not been found guilty of anything in a court of law and will continue to serve my community in any way that I am able. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the most exciting part of the evening, right before the mayor's informative thing, we get to talk about the museum. I know I've seen you all out there. So the museum is doing its museum thing. We have artifacts there. I encourage you all to go out there. I don't know exactly off the top of my head, and that's my fault here. But I'm pretty sure we're not having a monthly guest speaker this month. I will publicly state a correction to that if I am wrong, but I think for this month we're skipping it and we're going to resume that in January. I encourage you to come to those though. The next one, I believe the next one we're going to be doing is maybe on Japanese internment camps that existed in Colorado. So it's a very interesting topic personally, and World War II history in general is great. So that's all the news I have on my little board. And as far as all of our guests that we've had here today, I want to thank everyone for coming. No matter what you came to talk about, it's important that we have community members coming in and sharing what's going on in the community. And a lot of times speaking criticisms to us is very difficult. I'm very non-confrontational, and it's very difficult for me. I get that feeling in my chest getting tight, and I'm sure that some of you experience that as well. I can't speak as to any events that happen because there's no way for me to know. But I appreciate you sharing your stories here today. And I do think that Nick's correct in that while we don't know the facts of these other incidents, there has been some behavior on council that has made me personally feel uncomfortable. But I also want to couch that with, I consider Nicole a friend, and I think she's an incredibly valuable asset to this community. She dedicates untold hours to this community, and it should be considered a factor. With that said, I still believe that it would be in the best interest to step down. That's all.
All right. I want to start off by thanking Larry once again. Those moments. As we're all learning, and people have kind of seen as they follow along. It's different to step up and serve in this kind of capacity. Be, I guess, the input versus reward, could be, it's definitely nothing tangible. So it's all going to be those intangibles that come with it, and I think it takes the right kind of person, the right kind of just character and background to be willing to do that, and we need all of the differences to be able to really have a strong board. So I want to say thank you there, and we'll have a seat opened up in Ward 2 that will be announced coming up. So anyone who lives in that side of town, if anyone's so called to stand up and be a leader in their community, now's the time. So thank you again, Larry, for the service over the past 4+5 years, and wish you well in all your travels. Enjoy retirement.
Thank you.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Does he get to take his sign with him?
Yeah, you get to take your sign with you, your name tag, and
I thought you would have gave me a proclamation making me an official Melaneer. I'm not a Melaneer.
Did he get a shirt?
He could have given me.
you have a shirt for
Any shirt? We have a shirt for you.
Did you save him a shirt?
Oh, Larry, consider yourself honorary.
Yeah. Honorary.
The next one, I'll kind of segue into this topic about Nicole and the council. We've been hearing a lot of different things, a lot of different, I guess, opinions and suggestions. And one thing that I have to speak to is the processes. So we have different processes for things. We have different policies and guidelines for things, which are, I guess, really it's our municipal code, and I think what above that, some of our state law that kind of keeps us in line, knowing that we're not going to put the city or ourselves at risk. So I want to say there are processes. We've kind of heard of different things. Nick, appreciate you all doing that research, and I would just say definitely follow up with the city attorney on that. Reach out to him directly, because I think what you'll learn is that is in the state constitution, but then if we enact any code which is under our city council thing, ours supersedes that. So just get clarification there, but that's kind of where that's going to be. Our code can change at any time. All it takes is an ordinance and 2 readings. So we can add as much as we want. We can take that out, and then the state one would be kind of what we would follow. So just with all this, I'm kind of all about processes. So we read what we have to follow, and that's kind of where we're at. So I appreciate everyone sharing their stories. Like I always said, is do what you feel you need to do, follow your heart, and I think good always prevails. All right, now on to the business side of stuff. I want to say thank you to our public works team for getting holiday lights ready. I didn't see everyone who pulled the lights out. I will give a direct shout out to Ralph. I know I saw him out putting out holiday lights on our building out front here. So definitely appreciate that, and thank you to Black Hills for coordinating, working with us and getting those put up. I also want to say thank you to the Rocky Ford Fire Department for investing some of their budget in decorating the public safety building for the holidays. That new display that they have is amazing, and I noticed another one last night driving home, the ambulance. So I appreciate them, being able to find that in their budget to, spread some more holiday cheer for our community. And also thank you to Chief Gonzalez and I'm not sure who was out there helping him, but the other gentleman that I seen when I went by out there this Sunday during the day, putting out the lights at the tree at the Chamber of Commerce ahead of the tree lighting. Food area. Yeah, there was younger gentlemen when I stopped by. But yeah, thank you to them for getting that put out there. And then later on that evening, thank you to our first responders and the neighboring fire departments for fighting the Liberty School fire. It's a disaster. It's terrible.